triggers that appeals to a customer's desire, either for status, for respect, for recognition, or for personal enjoyment or prestige. So some customers are motivated by wanting to be on the cutting edge. They want to be respected. They want to be known for the kind of product they use or the brand that they patronize. Either maybe when they patronize a certain brand, they're going to be known as, you're a big boy, or you're a rich guy, or wow, people that patronize things are big boys. You know the kind of names they give to people who patronize a certain kind of brand. Like iPhone is a brand. If someone uses an iPhone, you know how, you know the level you place that person in your mind. If someone uses a Samsung phone, you know the level you place that person in your mind. If someone is using a Ferrari, you know where you place that person in your mind. So all these points or hot buttons in selling that appeals to a customer, because we've learned that customers are emotional buyers. Today on page 333, we'll be looking at the hypothetical approach. The hypothetical approach. So the first is the hypothetical question. Mr. Prospect, if ever you were to purchase this product, even 5 or 10 years from now, what would you have to be convinced of at that time before you could go ahead? This kind of question helps your prospects to think. His mind will immediately do a search, comparing and evaluating what he knows about your product or service with his life or work situation. His answer, whatever it is, will usually be his hot button. If you can then convince him that he will receive that particular benefit by purchasing today, you can often go on to make the sales. For example, the answer could be, I would have to be assured that other people in my position in similar companies have already bought and used this product satisfactorily. Your job will then be to demonstrate through testimonials and reference that other people similar to him in similar situations have already bought this product and are happy with their decision. By giving a satisfactory response to his or her answer to your hypothetical question, you will have removed the main roadblock to the sale and pushed the hot button simultaneously. The magic wand technique. If the customer is hesitant or resistant to your presentation, a second method you can use is called the magic wand technique. You say, Mr. Prospect, if you could wave a magic wand and get exactly what you want, what would be the ideal outcome to you of buying this product? Be quiet at the point and give the customers time to think. Allow him to reflect on your questions and on his possible answers. When he does answer, probe a little further and ask questions like, how do you mean? Or exactly how would that affect you? By encouraging your customers to visualize and project forward to an ideal future state, using your product or service, you will often uncover the key benefits that you must convince him of to get the sales today. Prospective customers usually enjoy this process of visualizing the ideal benefits or result of using a particular product or service. Of course, if he can't think of one, it will be almost impossible for him to buy what you're selling. Measuring your progress. A third question you can ask to uncover the hot button is, Mr. Prospect, let me ask you a question. On a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 meaning that you would never buy this product and 10 meaning that you would take it right now, where do you feel you are at this moment? Almost anyone can answer this type of question from 1 to 10 with regards to how they feel about a product offering. If the customer comes back and says, right now I am at a 1 or a 2, this means you have very little chance of making a sale. The customer is simply not in the market at the time. It is not a good use of your time to press these issues. But if the customer comes back and say, well, I feel that I'm about a 5 or a 6, this means that the prospect is interested but still has considerable misgivings. You then ask, Mr. Prospect, what will it take for you to be at a 10 right now? Again, remain silent, wait and listen. If your customer can formulate an answer, he will tell you exactly what you have to convince him of at this moment to make the sale. He will give you the closing condition. He might say, well, I would have to be assured that if it didn't work, I wouldn't be stuck with it. You could then say, if we could guarantee that you would be completely satisfied, or we would take it back and refund your money, would you be willing to go ahead with it right now? The prospect will often agree to go ahead, and because you have satisfied his closing condition, you have removed his major objection and pushed his hot button with the key benefits that your product or service offer. At the very least, you will have a much better sense of what you need to convince him of in order to get the sales. Give it away, sort of. Another technique you can use with a difficult prospect, especially someone who is resisting you on the basis of price, is to ask, Mr. Prospect, would you take this product from us if it were free? This is such an unusual question that the prospect will be startled. He or she will think for a few seconds and then say, well, if it was free, I would take it. When he says this, you pause, smile, and looking the prospect right in the eye, you ask why. You then remain silent and wait for his answer. If he gives you an answer, he'll be revealing his hot button and telling you what he must be convinced of getting before he will buy your product. For example, imagine you were selling an investment program. When you ask your customer the above question, he could respond by saying, if it was free, I would take it and put it in the name of my daughter to make sure her college tuition was covered by the time she finished high school. You have touched the hot button. You now know the most important reason why he would buy this investment program. Your job is now to convince him that what you're selling is the very best choice for him at this time to achieve the particular goal that is so close to his heart. Each time you explain how your program works, you mention the benefits to him and his daughter of that particular feature in terms of college tuition. Each time you mention his daughter and college, his buying desire will increase. By the end of your presentation, he'll be eager to get started so that he can begin enjoying the feeling of having provided for one of his most keenly felt responsibilities. Okay, this is where we'll stop for our reading this morning. We started from the hypothetical approach. These are a series of questions that you can use to uncover your customers or your prospect chief buying motive. So you can walk them into your sales conversation at appropriate times. Like he told us how to use the hypothetical approach. He told us how to use the magic wand technique. He told us how to measure, like measuring progress, giving it away, which was the last one we just read. Okay, so all these questions are just geared towards finding out your prospect's motive for buying. Try to find out their hot buttons. You can use this hypothetical approach to find out your customer's hot button and use that to sell your product and service. I can give examples of customers who have come in here to get surge protectors and extensions. With the questions they ask and the questions you ask them, you're going to really know their hot buttons. Most times when you ask them questions like, okay, what do you want to use it for? or stuff like that. They tell you, okay, I want to use it for so thing because I'm not always around and I'm scared that my fridge is, going to blow because of the light issue and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, yes, the voltage guard can help you do that. You explain to them how the voltage guard works and the rest of it, and tell them that yes, it's going to protect your fridge and stuff like that. Most people even say what they want even before you even ask questions. They just tell you, does it have a guarantee? If it what if it stops working? What happened? How does it work? So in the process of explaining all this thing and using their hot button to these questions that they've asked, you can sell your product or services to them. So it is important to always listen and always ask questions too, and always listen for your customers' hot button so you know how to present a conversation, you know what to say in a sales conversation with them. So this is where we'll stop for our reading this morning. Thank you. Hmm? You said? I know you're joking.